Hi, my name is Mark Stevenson and we are back with our 30-day Qigong Journey, lesson 17. And today's theme is slowness, right? So we're going to be covering 4 significant themes over the next, so we've actually already done one, over the next few sessions. So we've got softness, slowness, circularity and constant pace. So today we're going to be looking at slowness. So going to be a nice relaxing session, but we're going to be doing some movements even slower than you might do normally, right? Okay, so really pushing that slowness principle, right? So that we can get that sensation of, is there any residual tension held in the body, or can we move through that and move in a smooth way even when we're moving very, very slowly. Right, so that's the theme, so bear that in mind throughout, and I will, draw your attention to times where we can move a bit slower. So we're going to have a quick warm-up, do some of our basic exercises, probably a little bit slower than we would be doing them normally. Then we're going to have a stretch as per normal, and again we might hold some of the stretches a little bit longer than we might do otherwise. We'll do some standing, that's pretty much the same. Go over our 3 basic, our 3 fundamental exercises: boat rowing in a stream of air, traveling eastwards across the ocean, and cloud hands. And then I'm going to introduce a new super slow movement. So we're going to do push from the Tai Chi form, so like a rollback movement and a push, but we're going to be doing it super, super slow, right? To really get that sensation like you're kind of swimming in water, or the air is really thick and dense, yeah, but you're really soft. Okay, excellent. Let's get started, shall we? So, feet shoulder width apart, bend the knees slightly, and deep breath, and we're going to go really slow. Breathe in as the hands come up, and out as they go down. But if you're going really slow, it's okay to forget about the breathing, just breathing deep and natural, right? So if we're emphasizing that slowness feature, we can, we're not that we just let the breath do anything. We still want the breath to be deep, slow, full and long. But we don't necessarily we don't want to get the breath to be tensing up, because we can't make it to the end of a movement, yeah? So for now, we can just let the breath do whatever it wants. Just really emphasize that slow, soft movement. Good, let's go on to the next one. So just taking it down a notch and trying to be as slow as possible. And we don't want to be so slow that we stop, right? So we're still keeping it constant and smooth. Nice. Good, just one more each side. Don't rush. next one. Do the opening of the Tai Chi form. Really nice and slow. And you might get that sensation where it almost feels like the hands are just floating up as if by themselves. Really nice. And you see, when you slow it down like this, sometimes you get these little almost like glitches, where there's an area somewhere in the movement where there's a little bit of tension, there's a knot or a weakness or something. And so we're just kind of smoothing through those. Don't worry if you do get some jerky movement when you slow down, something suddenly moves or twitches. Just acknowledge it and then continue. It's also a really good way of finding out where you're holding on to tension, because it might be slow and smooth in one part of the movement, and in another part you might get some aches or tightness or weakness. Great. Okay, I'm going to do some of our basic exercises, and I'll start them off at normal pace, and then I'm going to slow them right down. Okay, so we're going to start with circling hands. So we would normally do this about this kind of pace, right? I'll just do 5 of these on each side. And now, you're going to slow it right down. At about half the speed. So that takes all the momentum out of it. And you can really feel whether the movement is being driven by the waist. So I have some bits where maybe mine's not as good as it could have been. Good, and then the other side, and we'll start a bit faster. And now slow it right down. And the tendency is to want to speed it up there, so I caught myself, Good. And now both. And now slow. Great, excellent. Let's see how we're doing for time. Good. Okay, maybe one more, and then we'll go on to our stretch. Okay. So let's do not to do too complicated ones when we do like this, because sometimes it's when you go slow on the slightly trickier ones you can break the connection. So let's just do the figure of 8 hands, right? So normally we bit this kind of pace. 1 turn, turn, turn and a turn and a turn, turn and a turn and a turn. Yeah. And now, actually we'll just do a couple more at that pace, just to get the body loosened off. And now, slow it right down. Now, for those of you that are really clued into this, one of the things that will change is when you have momentum, the body goes kind of out of sync with the hands. The body moves first, and then the hands move. If you go really slowly, that momentum is taken out. So you end up with a situation where the body is in sync with the hands. Yeah, so both are correct. Yeah, no momentum. The most connected and integrated way is for the waist turn to immediately cause the change in the body. But if you're going faster, it travels out along the body like a whip. Yeah, so they can feel a bit different. Yeah. Yeah, you can have a go at any of those. I'd say apart from the ones where there's a lot of momentum involved, so like the swings, yeah? Because if you did this really slowly, it's just a waist turn, right? The arms are only moving because of the momentum, yeah? So just bear that in mind. So don't worry with the swings, but you can have a go at any of these other ones, right? So something complicated like the teacup can still be done. Speeding up a little bit there, but yeah, it can still be done slowly and smoothly, yeah, but you won't get that same momentum feeling through the body, yeah. Good, okay, let's stretch off. So heads around, big circles. And the other way. Let the whole body move, so the whole spine is moving, because sometimes people, they're just like this, right? It's just like the top vertebrae. So the vertebrae in the back of the neck there allow the body to move a little bit, so the neck's really able to open up and get its full range of motion. Yeah? And then if you want to do a more static stretch for the neck, then you can do ones like this. Turn to the side, hold, make sure the chin is slightly tucked, but the head is up. Yeah, because what you don't want to do with these neck stretches is have the chin in a bad alignment, right? Where you're sticking your head out, or leaning up, or whatever, right? So you want the chin aligned, spine nice and straight, and then turn. Yeah, and then you have a side pull, right? You can even pull like this, pull this palm, pull this hand down, so this one's like trying to touch your toe, and this one's pulling in that direction. And that will open up the side of the neck there, right? Other side. And back to center. Good, okay. Shoulder rolls, going forward. And back the other way. we'll do some more static ones. So we'll do forward chest opening. So stand in a kind of a long bow stance, and then push through the upper back. Head up, chin tuck, and just change the legs. Good. Okay. We'll do calf and hamstring, left leg out, opposite hand, pull back. Good, change up the one. Good, okay. Right, and we're going to do the toe touch to tortoise alternating, and we'll hold each of these for a little while. So just a refresher on this, so you've got two, so similar to if you've done yoga before, you have one pose and then a counter pose. We have the same idea in what's called Taoist yoga or QiGong. So we're going to do one where we stretch the calf and hamstrings, and then we're going to do one where we flex the front and open up the mid back. Yeah, so we've got a bend and then a straightening of the spine. Okay, so it tends to be a little bit, especially the backwards bending, we tend to be a bit more conservative than in yoga. So we're not doing full backwards bends, right? We tend to just pull the spine into extension, right? Okay, so feet shoulder width apart, and just slowly unroll and just get to the point where you're going to hang and just relax down there. Let go of the weight of the shoulders, let go of the weight of the head. And just hang out for a little bit. And then what we're going to do, bend the legs, make fists and tuck, and then straighten and look up ahead. Yeah, and so you feel like the mid back is stretching and straightening, and it will feel like you've got a little tortoise shell on your back. Yeah, so this is called the tortoise pose. I'm just going to hold this for a little while. Really look up with the head. The aim is so that you've got a nice flat back. Yeah, the mid back is really being straightened out now. And then, once we're done with that, we'll just go back into our toe touch, right? And now the lower back is lengthening. And we're collapsing and rounding, and everything else at the top and the mid back. Just letting that hang. Good, and bend the knees again, tuck in, and head up back straight. Yeah, nice flat back. This is great for people that spend a lot of time sitting in a computer chair or an office. And I really love these two postures together because it really covers a lot of the strengthening and lengthening for the posterior chain. And change other side. That's it. And now you've stretched off a little bit, maybe you can go a little bit deeper. Yeah. Good, and one more. Good, and bend the knees and slowly straighten, uncurl the spine. Good, okay, let's do the hips, big circles. And change other way. Good, feet together, shoulders, ankles and knees. Change other way. Good, okay, and straighten up. And we're going to go straight into our standing meditation, okay? So feet shoulder width apart, just do a few gathering Qis. And come into embracing the tree or the mother posture. And we're just going to do some deep breathing in this posture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Breathe in and change. Next posture, elbows down, fingers spread, palms forward, head up, chest relaxed, belly relaxed, hips tucked under. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Next posture. Fingers spread, wrists relaxed, elbows relaxed and springy, shoulders down. Breathe in. Just a few of these to close. 1. 2, and the last one, feet come together, keep them bent, and then as you as you push the arms down, straighten the legs. Brilliant, excellent. That's very good. Okay, we're just going to quickly do some of our basic move. Actually, I'll tell you what, we're just going to do the push because I don't want to run over. We're already at 26 minutes, right? So we're just going to do this new movement focusing on super, super slow and soft. Okay, so we'll just spend 4 or 5 minutes doing that. Okay, so when you do stuff slow, you'll find this, right? It can really eat up time, right? You get really high quality practice, but often you'll be like, oh man, I've been doing this for 10 minutes already. Yeah. So what we're going to do is one leg in front of the other, okay, and I'm shoulder width wide, yeah, and double shoulder width long. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll back and put my weight on my back leg and then push my weight forward as I shift my weight. Back and forward, yeah. So start off with, we're just going to do it kind of normal pace. And the breathing is breathe in, and then as the hands push away from the body, you breathe out. A little bit of extra details. As you push back, the fingers extend and they kind of come up, down, and forward. Yeah? Just do 5 of these. Breathe out and push away. Breathe in, gather, breathe out, push. Breathe in, big, breathe out, push and extend, keep the elbows bent and then straighten at the end. Last one. And now, I want you to really go slow. Don't worry about the breathing, just breathe natural. I want you to slow it right down. And when you push especially, feel like you're pushing through thick treacle or mud, some people feel. Really feel that sense of pressure on the body, even though the body's super soft. For me, it feels like I'm, 100 meters underwater. Like I'm moving through really dense liquid, but my body is really relaxed. Especially when you start to push. Just a couple more. And you can really, this is a really good posture for feeling that. So, as when you go slow, it changes the feeling, the Qigong feeling in the body. So a lot of people can really begin to feel that sense of density in the movement when you slow it down like this. Just a couple more. And if you want to, you can continue for as long as you like. I really recommend spending a good while with this movement. Great, excellent. Okay, we're just about 30 minutes. So that is so like I said, these 4 lessons here in the sort of just past the halfway point, we've got our core principles of good Tai Chi or Qigong movement. Softness, slowness, which we did today, and then coming up next, constant pace and circularity. Okay, and I'd say these are the 4 guiding movement principles: softness, slowness, constant pace, circularity. So you know what's coming up soon. Best of luck with your practice, and I will see you tomorrow.